Thank you very much. I thank the gentleman for yielding. And Mr. Speaker, I rise in very strong support of this resolution, this House resolution that is going to help put a statue of the President Gerald R. Ford in the United States Rotunda. Mr. Speaker, before I came to the Congress, I had the great honor and privilege of serving as Michigan Secretary of State, and sort of an odd appendage of that job was serving as our state's official historian. So we did all the historic marker. And I tried to get around the state of Michigan to go to some of the dedications, particularly the ones that I thought were so outstanding. And I recall with such a great amount of pride of having the historic marker dedicated for Gerald Ford's boyhood home, where a couple of young people had bought the home and completely refurbished it to the period when Gerald Ford was there. And so we're standing there on the porch of his boyhood home in Grand Rapids, and there was a very large crowd assembled of family, friends, and neighbors and others that were there to see the President, who came. Both the President and Mrs. Ford came that day. And, you know, I had just gotten elected as a Secretary of State, and here I was introducing him to this crowd of people there. And he couldn't have been more humble and more enjoyable to listen to, because he was talking about playing football out in the streets there, and how much he enjoyed that, and the rough and tumble of playing football then. And of course then he went on to a couple of national championships at the University of Michigan. Go Blue. But from there, you think about where he came from and what he achieved in his life, and really I think the humility and the honor that he had that took him from playing football from those streets to a couple of national championships, and then to a historic and very remarkable and impactful legislative career serving here in this House, in this chamber, and then on to be the Vice President of the United States and then the President of the United States. It is really an American story. It's just an American story, a true American success story. And President Ford took over the presidency at a time when our nation was reeling from the nightmare of Watergate, looking for somebody to give us some stability, some normalcy during those terrible times, when the honor and the dignity of the office of the President had been so severely damaged. And he managed to repair America's faith, I think, in our leaders, because he was so clearly an honest man, a true American patriot, an honorable man. He was the right leader at a very difficult time in our nation's history. He reflected so well the humble and the patriotic, honest people of the great state of Michigan. So, Mr. Speaker, I rise today in support of this resolution. I think this statue of President Gerald Ford joining the other statues in Statuary Hall is certainly a fitting, appropriate thing. It reflects the will of the people of Michigan, and I think is an honor that is long overdue to President Gerald R. Ford. Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. I yield back.